Yes, 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 yes. Ha! Today name video there. No, sir. Today name video there. What a piece of video in me depan. Eh? Let me depan video shoot. No, sir. How are really going? In a Von shop. Eh? Alright, my beautiful people. What's up? Again and again and again. But when they come to me, I have to say them because I don't know. Sometimes when when you're doing something new and you get so inspired, you just want to share it with everybody. Sometimes you wish like some people, if them get a lot of money and they just decided they want to share it with me. If you want to give me like, $1 million or $2 million, $3 million, chump change for someone, man. All right, people. So, as per usual, I'm talking about my reading of the entire Bible and almost completing the Old Testament. In a few days we'll head to the New Testament. But there's something that I thought about, and this particular individual reminds me of many of us Jamaicans, But I don't want to go down that particular road. I'm going to take it down the road of how we pass down bad attitudes, bad practices and behaviors to our children. And that kind of our generational curse follows, and if you don't deliberately break it, it continues and it continues and it continues, and you wonder what the heck is going on. And I'm simply talking about the story of, let's take it first from, What's up guys? Hey, wait, you good? I so talk to you here. I just Lord of mercy.
Just about this, I should recognize.
No man, because I'm actually doing a video to post. So you good though, sweetie pie?
Yeah, man, I'm a good man.
Okay. So you just come to PG for a bit, or
No,
just
really,
a pass
just
through?
come up and just pass through.
Okay.
I've been at doing here, so
Yeah.
just some pass through in the meantime.
Okay, but you good though.
Yeah, man, I'm a good man.
Nice to see you.
You
All
too.
right, sweetie pie, take it easy.
Yeah, you too.
Yes. All right. Sorry about that, my people. So, right. And I'm taking it from Isaac. Isaac in the Bible. That's Abraham's son. We're going to deal with Abraham's grandson, which is Jacob. But you grow up hearing about, Jacob and Esau. And when I was younger, I used to think that what happened was okay. What Jacob did was okay. He just got the blessing over Esau. Even though the birthright, or that blessing, that type of a blessing, that special blessing, in those days, getting the father's blessing in that insurmountable way, that deep way, was almost like maybe Bill Gates giving me $1 billion US. I don't know else, or more. That's the best way for me to put it in this modern time. So how it was presented, well, maybe God had to, when you're little, you won't understand things deeply. So they probably had to be careful how they feed out the information to children. But you grew up and I thought it was okay. I didn't understand the entire situation. But as you get older, truth is now revealed in its entirety. So Isaac married one of his wives. What's her name? Rebecca. Yes. She had 2 sons, a twin. The first one that came out was Esau, and the second one was Jacob. And they grew up, and Esau was more of the hunter, the man out there in the field. While Jacob may have been more of the homely sort of a guy thereabout. So he would have been different. And I don't know if supposedly that would have caused Rebecca to draw closer to Jacob. It's something that I don't like. That's never a good thing when you love one child or prefer, or you're more affectionate to one child than the other. And the time for the blessing is to be now given to the firstborn son. Skipping out and fast forwarding some of the things. And Rebecca heard, because she knew that, Isaac's eyesight was basically dim, never good. He's old and all of that. and she realized what was happening, and she wanted Jacob. I tell you, some of these mothers, I tell you, and they wonder why the world is chaotic. You know, she put one son above the other basically. And Esau was out hunting and doing whatever he was doing. And Rebecca knew this. And she went and she said, Jacob, I want you to get the blessing. Your father eyesight no good. And Jacob said, but no, mom, that's not right. You know, basically we said, no, it's not mine, it's for Esau. Said, no, man, I want you get it. But she said, how he's going to know that it's me because my voice. She said, what I'm going to do, I'm going to get some of Esau's clothes and rub up some of the, you know, the animal, maybe fur thing and all of that on you so you smell like him. And maybe she tell him, don't talk too much so your real voice comes out, you know. And so all of that now happens and he goes in. And at first, you know, as I say, sure that this is Esau? You sure it's not Jacob? I said, no, that is me. And I brought some food and she prepared whatever food and stew and, you know, maybe some nice oxtail and chicken and rice. So I put it, you know, in a modern day thing. And she came and then him lego the blessing upon Jacob. She was her jinal self, her deceptive self against her own son, her older son. And she allowed the younger of the two to get the blessing. Now Esau comes in with his food to his father so that he can get the blessing. And Isaac said, but son, I just gave you. And he said, no, that is not me. And he realized that it was Jacob who had taken his. And the fellow Esau cried, begging the father to get the blessing. The father said, I can't take it back because I already sent it out. You know, I already sent it out. And so I can't take it back. And maybe he gave him whatever little blessing or little, you know, like I say, whatever little change left back, him could have just probably give him that. And fast forward now. I just want to skip out some of the things. Fast forward. Jacob now, you know, had to obviously run away because his mother heard when Esau said, when the father, because he didn't want to dishonor his father. So, you know, his father was old now and whatever. So he didn't want to kill his own brother while the father was alive. So he planned to kill him afterwards. And the mother said, you know what, Jacob, go on to my brother. Go to my brother Laban. And he said, all right, and cool out. And allow Esau to cool down and cool off. That's basically it. So he left and he went. And you know how the story went. So he went and worked for Laban, and he saw Laban had some children, 2 daughters in particular. He had Leah, the older of the two, then Rachel, that he liked. Sarah, she want. And him tell him I have to work 7 years for him before he can get Rachel. Right? And him say, okay, no problem. So now I guess in those days as well, as it was very traditional. You don't have sexual intercourse and do all of these things until the night, the consummate night. The night now when you're going definitely say, yes, this is a marriage. And we're going to sleep with each other and whatnot. And when he woke up in the morning and removed the veil, he realized, say, Leah. So what is? Say, Laban, what is this? Why would you trick me like this? Why would you do this to me? He say, well, boss man, I'm really sorry now. But our tradition said the first child has to be married first. You want Rachel, you have to go work for me another 7 years. So you had to basically work 14 years. He may not have completed 14 years, but he still, whether or not he's at the 14th year, but he still did have to work 14 years. So whether it's at the 14th year he got Rachel, or within the 14 years, he still had to work for Laban 14 years. And you see what happened? The same knife will stick goat end up stick sheep. That same level of generalship that his mother started. The same generalship that mother started, and that deception passed down to her son Jacob. Where her own brother, you know, his uncle, was a jinal and tricked him. Mind you, some people say him get 2 things. Him get Leah, never really interested in that. Nice. Because what God had to do was to bless Leah with children long before Rachel could get, because he realized that Jacob really wasn't into her. That's not who he wanted. You know, and he had to bring some level of happiness to her. Because one thing with God is a fear God. She already not look as good as her sister. And then can you imagine Rachel get pregnant? Oh my God. That would have been awful. You know? And God is a very compassionate and just and fair God. I'm not going to make so much pain and hurt upon the lady like that. So years later, before Rachel was able to have kids. You follow? But I'm simply saying to you that that level of yes, yeah, man, that level of jinalship was basically passed down to, you know, her was passed down, sorry, to Jacob because of what his mother caused and started. And you know, said follow suit with even in terms of that level of deception and everything, it even followed down into Joseph. But we know the story of Joseph. But one thing with God, though, what I loved about God in it, two things I'm going to encourage you to do. Parents, do not put one child above the other. They are two different individuals and you don't know what life will bring. And you don't want a spirit of that negative thing that you're training one child to do to pass down to the next generation, because it can be problematic in even a detrimental way. And two, what I love about God though, you can't too blame Jacob because of the mother started. The Bible said because of Jacob, Laban was blessed. Remember, Laban did all try jinal him with the whole of sheep. Jacob said he was tired of his behavior with jinal sheep and him said, look here, you just give me the spotted sheep and you take the, it's almost like him say, you take the best one, just give me the little one here. Me will work with them. And in the night, him send him little servants them to take them and give to his own sons. And God say, oh, you think say, me can make out of them clear sheep here, spotted ones and whatnot? I go and do that. And when him see himself, it's like Laban must have said it's impossible. How the sheep now were born look like the ones that we take. But him can't. God is the God of the impossible. Right? Because of him, he was blessed. Because of Jacob, Laban was blessed. So there are some people in your life, people, because of them, you are blessed. Even though they might be jinal, have like a jinal ship, or the jinal ship spirit follow them because of what their parents may have done, you know. But because of them, his business, and Laban realized it. So him never did two want to let go off of Jacob, and be vexed when Jacob run off and take for himself, you know. And then they came to some agreement in the end. But people, we know what we're doing. So let's do it. Have a good one.